guys, it's Alyssa, and I decided that it was time for me to utilize this channel. I have been severely worrying. I just have not had a lot of time. I have been working with my own novel that I have a cover for, which I'm going to show on here and then put it back away until I finish it up. I have a stack of books that is like a mile high that to read, but okay. My TBR list stack, my TBR stack is ginormous. I started out thinking I was only going to read about 50 books this year because I was going to focus strictly on my novel. That did not happen. What did happen was I worked on my novel and I am at the end, the final chapter in part 2, about to step into part 3. So I have now introduced my villain sort of really kind of doing his little nefarious little deeds, and she still has no clue. I'll go into that later. But when, getting hot in here. So my villain has now, I said I was going to talk about that later. What do I want to talk about today? I want to talk about some of the things that have prevented me from finishing this novel the way I thought I would. I had given myself a lenient goal of trying to get it completed by the end of this year. I'm going to be close, but I feel like I still have a long way to go. It's already exceedingly longer than it's supposed to be, so I'm going to be taking out a great deal. But my whole practice is to stop going backwards and changing things and deleting things and adding things and just finish the freaking book. So, because of that, I have not gone backwards. I have continually pushed forward, and I like what I'm doing. And the problem that I'm having, of course, is life, number one. 2, because I'm a homeschool mom. I'm continuously working with my son all day, every day. I have been losing a lot of weight, so I'm at the gym 6 days a week. I also play this addictive game called Design Home, and I'm not even going to tell you about how bad I am with that. And I'm reading. I'm continuously listening to audiobooks, reading ebooks every night. And when I'm in between teaching with my son, I am reading a physical book. It is literally life consumption. I love it. And because I don't get paid in money, it doesn't help pay my bills, but it's what I do, and thank God I have a husband who tolerates all of this and works very hard. So my current stack of receiving is here. Well, okay. Ooh, and this one's turned around. Okay, now, here we go. If you can see these, this one right here I'm still reading. He just sent me the audio version, and I am like so excited because the print is freaking tiny. And as you see, I don't have regular glasses. But as you can see, these are just the books that I've received, other than the other side, this week. So, and as you can see on my shelf, underneath my chaise lounge, at my feet, stacked here, you can't see, I have books over there. I have books all along the bottom shelf here. I've got books along the shelf over here that you cannot see. I have tons and tons of books, and the majority of them women. And that doesn't count my ebooks and my audiobooks. So I am continuously picking up a book. I am never without something to read. And but my problem is now I am focusing on reviewing all of them, giving each and every single book its fair chance in my hands. So that has been a humongous chore that I took on myself. And so for those of you who have sent me books, thank you. And I'm sorry, please have some patience with me. I never expected such an influx. Also, let's see. Yeah, I traveled last year. I did some amazing traveling, which has helped me immensely with my current novel. Oh, gosh. Okay, let me talk about my book. My novel is The Malignant Soul. How did it come about? I don't know. I can't remember how I came across this book. I guess because I want something different. I am tired I don't want to be lumped in the same group as everyone else. And everyone says that, I'm sure, but I really don't want to. What I want is to have a book where people are going to remember me. I want people to be able to relate to it. I want people to understand where I'm coming from with this book. It's not just some story that just came up out of the blue. Sorry for my email. Um, I want people. Darn, I tried to delete it. I want people to pick up my book, like the cover, and say, "Hey, that looks pretty cool." Maybe I will pick it up. Or for the people who know me, say, "Oh, Alyssa just received a new." I'm sorry. Okay, Alyssa just wrote another book. This is awesome. So I want people to pick it up, read it, and actually like it. When I did my very first novel, I was so dumb. I did not know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was working with. The process, the people that I worked with, the publisher, those I will not name, um, they ripped me off big time, and they gave me a crappy book. Granted, my book was kind of crappy anyway, but they just made it really a cow patty. It became a great idea went from pretty cool to a cow patty, and then they tried to keep some of it, so I had to go through this huge battle. Okay, this is it here. You won't find it anywhere. Read it, the editing, everything was just wrong. They really didn't help me, and so that told me that I want to become an independent author. If I can pay attention to what I'm doing and put out a good book. If it takes me 4 years, I'd rather take 4 years to get a book out, which hopefully that won't happen. But I would rather take 4 years than and get out a really good book than to put out a piece of crap. So here is the book that I originally wrote. It was I had it local. Everything happened here in Missouri, which I don't call home. Remember, I'm a Californian. I am not from Missouri. Okay, so it's called A Life of Zen. And I still have the original manuscript on my computer because I may or may not rewrite it. It'll be a completely revamped story. But right now, I'm just not interested in it. So I just have that tossed aside. So from that book, I learned a great deal. And I took about 2 years off to read intensively. I read various genres, and I found an editor, Jeff Ford. So this is my plug. This guy, I believe his publishing company is called, editing company is called The Mountains of Radness, I believe it is. Jeff, I'm sorry if I said it wrong, but I'll put your Google thingy down here somewhere. It'll be somewhere in there. But he's really good. He gives me excellent feedback. He tells me what he thinks works, and he gives it back to me so I can make my own decisions. I do that, and because of him, I have done pretty good with my ebooks. They're short stories, so there's no real money in them. And I don't really publish. I don't really pump out the publicity for them and everything as of yet. Once I release my novel, I will. But I'm focusing more on what I'm actually doing in the back as well as the storyline. So that's what's been going on with me. If you're on any of my social media, you will see that I post that I work out of a particular software that I purchased, and it is amazing. And then whenever I send it to my editor, I just put it back in Word and send it off to him. It's called Vellum, and right now they're in version 2.3, and it is freaking awesome. It shows you how your book is going to look as an ebook. You have the choices of publishing from PDF. You can do .mobi. You can do, you got to go check it out. So anyway, back to my book. So with everything that I've been going through, dealing with, I have decided that this book is my baby. So let me tell you about it. First, I'm going to give you like a sneak peek of my book cover. Okay. I didn't think I was going to do this until I was closer to releasing the book, but it really is important to me that I have you guys knowing what I'm doing. For you 5 people out there, thank you. Okay, so I don't really know how many people are following me. I just say that because I'm nobody, and I'm proud to be nobody because one day I hope to be someone. No, that's not right. I hope to be on your shelf. There it is. Even if it's only 5 people, somebody purchased my work. It's the blurb and the book cover. So here we go. Tell me what you think. Okay, so here's the bigger version of it right here. I got reflection, but it's really, really cool. And I'll put down who did my illustration. I don't know if you can see their hands. Can you see that? Isn't that awesome? And I also have on social media where the illustration actually moves. There's like all kinds of little stuff going on in it, but that's for another time. Okay, so this is what's going on. The malignant soul is pretty much me without being me. The emotion behind a lot of her issues is relates to me. I haven't been dumped. I have been dumped. I'm sure a lot of people have, so they'll be able to relate. But the way that she gets dumped is kind of, I wanted to make it kind of comical because if you know me, I am just like silly. I am dorky. I'm nerdy. I am some of everything. I'm a hodgepodge of personality. And because of the way I had her get, kicked to the curb, she has to relate. So she has to adjust in some kind of fashion so she can move on. And the way that she does it is kind of like what I do. It's the way I handle things in my life. You get mad. You want to eat. You want to just vent. You want to just hide away. I put all of that into it. I probably put too much into it. I've already cut down a great deal from what my editor's already told me. He gave me some ideas. I did a lot of chopping out. But what she also wants is to find herself. She wants to become this person who doesn't need to be with someone in order to be happy. And so she takes this trip. And as she takes this trip, she's enjoying being, by herself. It's frightening, it's scary, and she goes out. She's even driving. Now, I lived in Japan, and I was over in Europe for my summer in 2017. Wow, driving over there is terrifying. Not just being on the different side of the road, but they're fast and they just got. It's almost like driving in Alabama or in Illinois or any place but California. It's really terrifying. And she's doing this and she's having a great time, but there's a connection to her and this land. And she has no clue. She has no idea. I call it a supernatural novel because who doesn't like the supernatural, Actually, it's not so super when you think about it, but there's a movie where I watched, it was some cheesy movie where he called, actually, I think that it was on The Haunting of Hill House, the new Netflix show. Where he says that, it's really not that super, but I can't remember the quote. Gosh darn it. I'll have to try to look it up. But anyway, and it's also kind of like interdimensional. There's some transference of time that's going on, and she has no clue. It's all hidden, and I won't tell you how. But if you've been looking at some of the things that I've shared either on social media or on my website, then you can kind of get a clue as to what's well, you probably won't, and that's the good thing. I haven't shared much on my website concerning it lately because, like I said, life, it just happens. But I am going to add more to it. So I hope that you guys stick with me, appreciate what I am trying to do, and kind of give me some feedback. And if you've got some books, save them for me for 2019 because as of December 1st, I'm not accepting anymore. I have to revamp my website and as well as finish the books that I'm reading. My calendar right now, I'm stopping at the 19th of December. I don't know if you can see that. I have 2 slots left, and I'm listening to one book now. So I'm pretty much full for 2018. It is done. And from there on, anything else that I accept after the first of the year, it will be all for the 2019 year. My goal was, let me pull up my phone here. My goal for 2018, like I said, was supposed to have been 50 books, I think it was, and I surpassed that goal already. And I believe it's primarily because of the audiobook, because I don't even think I reviewed as many movies as I normally do. Okay, here we go. You surpassed your challenge by 50 books by reading 119 books. Seriously, that's a lot of reading. 119 books. I cannot believe that. And I don't even know what this symbol means. Oh, 238%. That's what it is. It's just like all jacked up. You can't even see it yet. Let's see. Can you see that? See that? That's supposed to be 213%, like, right? No, I'm sorry, 238. Gosh. Oh, forget it. Who needs to see that? 2019. I am going to do videos. You're going to see my face instead of my little character or just some pictures and stuff. I'm actually going to share me. I'm going to probably, I'm not going to say once a week because I will probably be lying. That is a lot of work. Editing is a ton of work, which is why I don't really do a lot of editing anymore, which is why I haven't had any videos on here. But I'm going to take the time to do that. I'm going 2019, I'm going to finish The Malignant Soul. I hope you're with me. I hope that you don't give up on me. And if you like my short stories, I'll flash them all up here as well. Thank you. Cheers.